What is up, bros? Me, Josh here. In today's video, we are going over a ship I haven't played in a long time. And this is kind of going to be like a throwback day. I don't know what I'm going to call this. And I think I'm going to make a new series on World of Warships. Maybe Throwback Ship Day. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But this is a ship I haven't played in a long time. It's the Tier 6 German DD, the Ernst Gaede. Now, there's a lot of ships on this line that I did not like. And if you guys remember, the whole debacle with this line, especially for us CCs, was we got an early look on this ship and got to kind of play it. And then when it was finally released, it was completely different. So we had to redo a lot of our information, a lot of our videos, and stuff like that. And this is a line for me. And there's a Perth in my division, just making sure he's okay. And you know what? I'll drop smoke for him. But this is a ship, when I first played it, I hated. I did not enjoy this ship because it gave a false pretense of what this ship actually was. And what I mean by that, it was kind of tricked you. It was almost like a trap ship. And you know, at that time, stealth firing was still a thing. So coming from the USN line, where you could stealth fire from a certain range, playing a lot of the WIS, which could stealth fire, basically any of the DDs, and a lot of ships could actually stealth fire then. This was the first line of the real bloom effect, which is where you fired and you were spotted from whatever range you were at. And so with this line, it kind of itself looks like a gunboat. You see this, and it's relatively stealthy, and it's relatively the torps are good, and it's very reminiscent of a USN DD line with, let's say, sonar. So not as good as smoke. And so when I first started playing it, I basically played it like that. I played it like a gunboat that had sonar, and it was going to be the perfect destroyer, and I didn't have much luck. And so as time has gone on, and as I played the lines and watched these lines played a little bit more, when you realize that this ship is basically an IJN ship more than a USN ship, it's more IGN that can defend itself a little bit better. Torps not quite as good, but when you figure out that this is a torp boat instead of a gunboat, and you play it in that way, you're gonna do all right on this ship. And actually, I've been enjoying this ship coming back to play it. Now, I played it like basically a USN line with sonar, and I was getting destroyed. And now I've come back and played it more like a torp boat that has decent guns to back it up if needed. It's actually been a blast. So at tier 6, and again, I did not enjoy the T-22. I believe is the tier 5. I don't think many people have enjoyed that ship, but apparently they're adding some buffs to it, and they're going to make that a little bit better. But for the Gaeda, the Mas, and the Z-23, I really did not enjoy it literally at all. I hated all those ships. I couldn't wait to get out of them. And then I've absolutely fell in love with the Z-46 and the Z-52, because they're kind of like this perfect little anti-DD destroyer, which I love playing stuff like that. So, but here we go. We're taking C with our div mates. I feel like when you spawn here and you have kind of a quicker division, I feel like it's all right. And let's see if we can get some damage on the AP broadside. Remember, the German AP is insane when it comes to the ship, and he basically jukes my torps right here, which is, I didn't think he would slow down as much as he did. Did we sting him with one? I don't know if we sting him with one right here. Yeah, we missed everything, so we juked him. Pro Baron, tier 6, nicely done. But yeah, so I was kind of challenged. I had no real thought of playing this ship again. I had no interest in playing this ship again, but I got challenged by someone in chat to play this ship, and I've been enjoying it ever since. I've been playing it kind of this tier 6. Now for me, ranked battles, when it was tier 6, I played the Farragut, and as you can see, I'm really kind of paranoid right now, because if you guys noticed, when we were pushing into that cap, there was a lot of torps, so we weren't exactly sure. And apparently it was just the Omaha that was going kind of nuts, and torping kind of everywhere. So, but how does the ship play? The ship plays like a bit more aggressive torp, but what I mean by that is your torps are going to be relatively fast reload, and what you can do is you can be very aggressive kind of on smokes and other destroyers that are in smoke. Such as IGN destroyers, or really anything, because what you can do is with its sonar, being at a decent range, you can actually use their smoke against them, meaning that you can see into their smoke with the sonar and they can't see out of it, even with the bloom effect on the changes, with being able to see in the new smoke firing ranges. So Right now, we're having a little bit of trouble in this game. We're going down some ships because we're kind of taken away. We have one of our 2 kills and about to have 2 of our 3 kills from the side. But basically, our team is getting smashed a little bit. People are getting detonated. We're down 2 ships right now, and they took back a 2nd cap. So time for us to push. Also, this line has insane AP, so I'm licking my chaps at this Leander, hoping that he gives me a nice little broadside. We can fire him for some citadels. Now the Gaeta is the first one in this line that gives you the potential to run the low caliber or the high caliber shells. What I mean by that is you get a choice. One's going to fire faster, of course, a smaller caliber, but do less damage. And then the one is going to be, of course, shooting bigger shells, which I am running right here, but slower reload, more damage. So basically it makes sense. The slower they fire, the bigger the damage. And so I have used kind of this, and as you can see, I've been kind of aggressive with guns because we've basically been 3v1 in these situations. And in the high tiers, of course, you want to be using... I don't think you can really switch them up in the high tiers, but always in the past, I gave the ability, and this is kind of why you want to run it right here. So, there you go. Sorry, Leander, we traded for some damage, but 150 is on your broadside from whatever that was away. You're not going to survive that. So the AP is absolutely brutal, and because of how you should play this, where you kind of use your gun sparingly, not this forever gunboat, like I was kind of playing it, you'll have honestly some pretty good success. Now I remember also that this line has pretty mediocre smoke. You don't last that long, and you have some trouble with kind of smoking up a bunch of teammates and stuff like that, just because your smoke doesn't last that long. You know, if you've ever played USN, they have, and of course I do just smash, and somehow I get the kill, but we'll take it. 3 kills already, and we're starting to make a nice little comeback here. But really, at tier 6, I'm not really worried about too many destroyers. A Farragut's going to be a problem. High rate of fire, decent health pool. Of course, the Gaeta has the highest health pool of any of the tier 6 destroyers by a long shot at 18,600 with survivability expert. So big health pool, but you are a big ship and you're not quite as agile as the Farragut is. So you have to be a little careful. They're going to be a little scary. Also, you have tied with the Farragut for the highest detection at tier 6, so you have to be a little bit careful. And Shans are going to be a little bit of a problem. Other than that, you can basically take down anything else. Maybe a Gallant might give you a little bit of trouble. And maybe a Nevi, maybe, if he gets a good little jump on you and your guns aren't ready. But, and I was hoping... Do I launch him here? I don't remember. I remember checking a bunch of crap because I launched all those torps. And I don't know about... Let me know in the comments below if you guys think the sinking animations take way too long. I thought I was going to make it there, but I think I throw away some torps. Yeah, I throw away 2 torps there. We get it. Sinking animations are cool. Can you please speed up the sinking animation, though? It doesn't need to last however long it takes. We would have probably got a torp hit here or there. I don't remember if we missed him by just enough. But no, he actually turns away, so it wouldn't have mattered in that situation. But I don't know if it's just me, but I think they just take way too long. They're very cool, but we get it. But anyways, pushing this, and you're really not going to have too much trouble against, I mean, of course, IGNs. Maybe Shinono might actually give you some trouble just with their rate of fire and their alpha damage on that. But honestly, that's when your guns can kind of take you into effect. You can do good damage against cruisers. You can see, you can citadel them. And of course, you can pump in good damage against all the destroyers. Now, as you can see right here, it kind of shows off that the gate is kind of, I would say, mediocre dispersion. It's not the best, you know, 5.5 kilometers and we're shooting over and under and not hitting, so kind of a bummer there. But with a decent reload, I think you're going to be okay. Again, most situations, you're going to have the health pool. We have 7,000 more life than this guy, so it's not that big of a deal. And we're just going to do all right. And it's a little T22. We're fine. We're fine. But pretty mediocre damage. So with this, I switched away from the T22 and went on the Matsuki because he's going to be a bigger threat. He's going to have lower detection, higher torps, torp damage, and really just want to kind of keep that damage up. And there's the sonar right there showing how strong it can be. So we know the Matsuki only has those 2 sets, so we can keep pushing it a little bit to him. But I'm going to smoke up here, keep him focused, because he's continuing to get lit on fire. And if we can just continue to focus him here, keep him lit, and just alpha him down. Then I can kind of just focus on everyone else. And I just want to keep damage up on these guys because we're down pretty big right now. I think we're down 3 ships right now. 2 ships. So they have some low destroyers. Down goes him. Our Matsu snags him. And we can continue to just keep pumping out damage. So we know the T-22 is here as well. So I'm going to push a little bit more into that smoke and get kind of ready for that. And I think I snagged this guy with torps right here. You know, 8-kilometer torps with the 6.6 detection. That's pretty solid. So down he goes. Gives me a nice little... It seems like all my kills this game are hitting me just with a little bit. So it kind of stinks. But yeah, since what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give my team... We're pretty healthy. We have a Perth and a Matsu in our div. So that's pretty good. And our queen actually takes out that dunker. I think our Matsu snagged him at the exact same time with a big hit. So half of their team is north. But then as soon as I get up here, I notice that they're all super far south. So kind of regret going this way a little bit. And I want to help keep up the pressure on these guys. So just like that, in about a 15-second window, we turn it around. And we're doing all right. 60,000 damage, 4 kills. 1 Citadel, 4 Torpits, 4 Floods, assisted base cap, and a solo base cap. And so, with this ship, how are you actually going to play it? You're going to play it as a bit more of a passive, I would say, USN destroyer, or I guess a more aggressive IGN destroyer. So IGN tend to really focus on mainly just their torps, but just keep in mind that you do have some pocket guns that can really kind of carry you a little bit and bail you out of some trouble. Now you are a big ship at the gate up, being I think by far the biggest tier 6 destroyer, lengthwise, and of course it shows you the health pool. So you have to be a little careful with other cruisers and stuff like that. You're not as agile as a lot of other ships, but your punch power with the stealthy torps that it has, some of the stealthiest at tier 6, and 8-kilometer range, decent damage on them and everything like that. You have a potential of being a good ship to contest caps, as well as just hunting other destroyers if the situation is right. Because if you are just going way too aggressive, you will overextend and you will get torn down. And your guns, although good, are not good enough to completely bail you out of a lot of situations, as I would say even the Farragut is. But still, very effective in the right situations. As you can see, we dunked on the one Leander. We were chunking on that guy. We probably would have won a fight with that guy with his remaining life if just hit for hit, but our Perth snags the kill. That is fine. And our div right now has what? We have 7 of the kills right now. We have all but 2 of the kills, so not too bad. I'm trying to get that cracking right now. Trying to snag it with the long range accuracy, just trolling me. Just trolling me. So our Perth snags that last kill. Another ship that's a lot of fun to play. And just 2 battleships basically just running away right now. And even with this ship, they're not the fastest either. So kind of running chase torps isn't really that good. So I think I just kind of open up on these guys when I'm in range. I don't remember exactly what to do right here. But yeah, just trying to do as much damage. So 65k, not bad. And like, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't think I was going to have as much fun as these guys. And I don't know if it's just because it's different or it's unique. It's just a place I haven't played in a while. But I was completely surprised at how much fun I was having while playing this ship because of the real negative time I had when it came to the ship back in the day, if you will, when I originally played it. So, and right now, don't be this kamikaze. I noticed this, and I was gonna drop torps because our Matsu was slowing down. So this kamikaze, I don't care that he rammed into me, but this kamikaze really kind of just puts a big kibosh on me launching torps right here. He's just super greedy, which kind of sucked. I don't know if they would have made it there anyway, but don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that just kind of gets in the way because you want to get your torps off. So he did end up pulling away, but it was a little late, which kind of sucked. And again, I don't know if the torps would have reached it anyway. But once these things, 2 torps on the Iron Duke, and we're just gonna try to pump in some nice little AP at the range. And our Matsu was generous enough to donate some extra points to the enemy team, so we could then farm some more damage. So even the Iron Duke too, at that angle, I was surprised I could get this damage. I think this is a decent salvo right here. 3,200 on an Iron Duke from almost 9 kilometers away. That's pretty solid, honestly. So I sent the torps out in the Numex. I think his rudder's out, or he's just not moving. And trying to sing a little more. So 70k damage. That's actually pretty solid. 4 kills again. Fires, citadels. Just a good balanced destroyer. What this thing actually is. Much better than I remember. And we'll let this game tick down as we get the kill here. And let's bounce over to the port, and I'll show you guys what modules and captain skills I run. So with the Ernst Gaede, there aren't many options to take for upgrades and stuff like that, but I always recommend taking the upgraded ammunition, especially the extra sonar and the smoke. That's always going to help you. Even though the German smoke doesn't last for a long time compared to the USN and other lines, it is always good to grab that. If you want to save some cash, you could easily drop the extra speed boost. I don't think it's really needed. If you're really light on cash, you need to save 22,500 each game, which does add up, but definitely grabbing the extra sonar and the smoke will help you in the long run. For this, though, it's pretty basic. There really isn't anything that's insanely good. Just kind of normal stuff. Main armament mod 1, I think, is pretty basic. Now, for this, I think AA is pretty solid. You could easily grab some dispersion from aiming system mod 1 if you want to run that. I think since the AA is pretty mediocre, any little bit is going to help on this. Again, it's very minimal, and these are very big ships, so if TV is going to spot you, you're going to get focused on. I just like this. I don't know why. Maybe it just gives me, I don't know, makes me feel safe. I don't know. Aiming system mod 1, though, is going to be plenty good as well. Propulsion, when it comes to these ships, although I do run last stand on all my destroyers, and so should you, propulsion does affect your ship more than steering. Even with last stand active, you can slide out of smoke or take too long to get going with propulsion. So I want to lose propulsion as little as possible compared to these two. If you have some of the extra boost, sonar is also very well. I run that on a lot of my high tier German DDs. So if you have the extra sonar module, it's probably the best. But since I don't have an extra one laying around with propulsion. And then steering gears, I think, is going to be the best. Since you are a bigger destroyer, can be pretty aggressive, so you will be pushing torp boats. You do want steering gears, be able to get that rudder shift down as low as possible. For a captain skill, this is basically a newer captain for me, and it's only 13 points. And honestly, I don't think you need too much more than 13 points. So I grabbed priority target, last stand, survivability expert, concealment expert. That's the first 10 points I would grab. And then I went back and grabbed superintendent. 13 points is really all you need to kind of make a good solid destroyer. You could then maybe go back, and if you're taking this captain up the line, you could go grab it advanced firing training for a little bit extra. AA, you could also grab, if you really want, as the line goes, AFT, if you don't want to grab that, you're going to stick with just the ship and run the 150s. Torpedo armament is probably the next 3 points I'd actually grab. This is also very, very good because you are more of a torque boat. So that's also very solid. You could even switch out superintendent for this as long as you're running premium consumables. Stick with 3 of each charge and just get more torps out. So that's also very good as well. So AFT, if you're going to keep going up the line, if you're going to stick with this ship and just the captain here, probably drop back and pick up torpedo armament. So all in all, guys, the Ernst Gaede at tier 6, I hated it at first, and then now that I've come back, I don't even know how long it's been since the German line's been out, 8 months, something like that. It's been a long time. Coming back to the ship and playing it, having a lot of fun, actually. So never thought that I would. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this line, if you guys are enjoying this line. If you guys were like me and played it a long time ago, hated it, and now are coming back and revisiting it. I believe they're still on sale right now on the North American server, so you can get them for cheap. And yeah, so let me know in the comments what you guys think of this ship. Let me know if you guys like this series, and let me know what you guys want me to see played, I guess, if you guys have any insight on what you guys want to see me play. So that is it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, the tier 6 German destroyer, the Ernst Gaede. Better than I remember. Remember to like, subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.